in June. When we think of prisons, if we bother to think of them at all, that is, there is a tendency to see them as institutions completely divorced from human society, little worlds of their own. But prisons and their inmates are subject to some of the same stresses and strains as the outside world.
Salutations and revolutionary greetings. Bienvenidos and welcome to the Outlaw News. The voice of the barrio, the voice of the vato loco, the voice of the voiceless. ¿Qué pasa, cyber raza? Everyone came suited and booted today, Outlaw Posse, with their critical thinking beanies on, because today's sklecha is a game changer, and you're gonna need them. So lean back, throw some oldies on, and let's ride to the dark side of town. La EME, the Mexican Mafia, La Familia Mexicana, La Mano Negra, said to be the oldest of California's 4 prison-based alleged criminal organizations who align themselves by race and geographical locations. La EME is said to allegedly operate a vast illegal criminal empire from inside California's maximum security prisons, like some prison Illuminati Freemason secret society. According to popular PR campaigns promoted by celebrity and social media snitch influencers, groups such as La EME operate in the shadows, denying its existence and never openly or ever publicly talking about their secretive organization, purpose, or ideology. What you've been indoctrinated to believe and is commonly known on the streets today as actives don't talk. Yeah, that's right, actives don't talk. Or do they? Listen close and listen good to what the Outlaw's about to ask you, the viewers. Think hard, think critically, and most importantly, be honest with yourselves. Who actually said actives don't talk? Was it really some Pelican Bay gang shoe unit alleged gang leaders? Or was it popular celebrity and social media snitch influencers who actually said to you, the viewers, actives don't talk? Leave your answers in the comment section below, Outlaw Posse. I want to know. Do the individuals telling you actives don't talk stand to benefit from you, the viewers, believing the catchy slogan, actives don't talk, conveniently making them the primary source for information on prison gang lore, giving them influence and power to control the prison gang genre narrative, even creating a lucrative monopoly over the prison genre? What you're about to hear isn't some prison kite or some gang secret, even some document or drawing produced during some prisoner's debriefing process. In fact, it's the only known document from an actual active EME leader, which isn't manipulated by some celebrity snitch influencer's tongue, even presented to you, the public, by law enforcement gang experts. In a moment, you're about to hear an actual La EME Manifesto, written in 1971 from a legendary figure within La EME. It's not some prison secret either, raza. The EME Manifesto was written for you, the public, especially the homies struggling every day in the barrios, to hear. The EME Manifesto was published May 1971 in a small Northern California Bay Area Chicano community newspaper, Basta. You're not supposed to know this EME Manifesto exists. Celebrity snitch influencers plus gang experts have and will deny the existence of this genuine La EME Manifesto when confronted with the question of the existence of an actual genuine EME Manifesto. Basta was a Chicano movement themed community newspaper who heavily supported the struggle of Chicano prisoners by frequently printing Chicano prisoners' poetry, artwork, or letters. This EME Manifesto you're about to listen to in a moment was one of those letters, along with numerous other letters from EME members. This EME Manifesto the Outlaw refers to as El Mexicano Encierrado and begins as follows.
What are the basic reasons for the racial trouble and the killings? What are the fundamental causes of it?
Well, just at this point, we are reflecting more acutely, probably, many of the attitudes and prejudices of people on the street.
Was it difficult to believe when a coalition of minority organizations investigated 67 of the largest corporations of California and discovered to their dismay that not one single Chicano director out of 100 was found? Not one Chicano was found among the top 1,268 of officers and executives. The New York Stock Exchange is completely dominated by the Anglo Mafia. Not one black or Mexican was found among the 1,366 NYSB floor traders and specialists. The Anglo Mafia will probably, in a few months, counter this inequality situation with tokenism by giving some Uncle Tom, Tio Taco, Uncle Tojo, Uncle Tonto, or Uncle Chan a piece of the hog action. After all, Chicanos do make up 14% of the workforce and 15% of the state's Vietnam casualties. The probability of the Anglo Mafia being responsive to the people's needs is just that, a probability. A similar survey could have been conducted on another California corporation, the Department of Corrections. A survey would disclose similar or near similar inequalities within all California prisons. I have been held captive in this corporation for the last 11 and a half years. Why 11 and a half years? Because I don't kiss a dictator's ass, nor do I give in to the whimsical, sadistic, and piggish demands of his private fascist police force. My eyes see acts of oppression committed upon the raza, black, Indian, white, and others every day, especially the unique concentrated warehousing, solitary confinement perpetrated upon all or suspected soldados of El Mexicano Encierrado, EME. They have attempted to eliminate our revolutionary brotherhood for over a decade without ever crushing us. The corporation, in its efforts to crush us, has only succeeded in strengthening our carnalismo instead of putting out our just fire. The revolutionary fire burned in the hearts of many in every American concentration camp, and it will be felt in the near revolutionary future out in the so-called free society. I refuse to be part of this fascist society where our raza dies in Vietnam fighting Vietnamese carnales instead of fighting the people's enemy here in America, where we as a people have no true self-determination, where our raza is used as prison fodder. I also refuse cultural assimilation into this Marrano society. I shall die fighting my real enemy here in its own front yard. A true revolution has to be violent, so let us not abuse the word revolution. Did Emiliano Zapata beg, plead, reason, and crawl for the land that rightfully belonged to the Indio proletarian of Mexico? No. Violent revolt was what led the people to partial victory. All other attempts would have proven futile. Zapata's victoria wasn't complete. It still awaits completion. Avenge Zapata's death and ideals. To hell with Maderistas, Nixons, Reagans, and Procuniers. American concentration camps. Arriba y adelante con Aslan. El Mexicano Encerrado. Wow, there's some very powerful words and political ideology expressed in this manifesto. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube Cyber Raza, the EME manifesto titled El Mexicano Encerrado was penned anonymously, but it is well known Rudolfo Cheyenne Cadena authored the manifesto 1 year before he was killed, December 17, 1972. You outlaw renegades were never supposed to know this EME manifesto existed for several reasons. One, it predates the EME Black Hand drawing drawn up by some debriefing member, and also predates the Joe Morgan coup, restructuring the EME into what you the viewers have been indoctrinated to know today as the Mexican Mafia. And most importantly, the fact that Cheyenne Cadena wrote the letter just prior to his suspicious death is reason enough for celebrity snitch and gang experts to deny its existence and sell you the idea actives don't talk. Listen up, YouTube outlaws. You have been lied to. brainwashed to believe actives don't talk. Yes, you have. Yes, you. So to prevent you from ever seeking out alternative sources of prison gang lore, especially from some actual active, and begin to believe that not only actives do talk, but have more to say than top ramen spread recipes, glorifying negative gang culture, hooping techniques, or how wonderful prison can be, especially SNY, like celebrity and social media snitch influencers subconsciously indoctrinate you and their fanboys to believe every day. The true history, the rise and formation of California's 4 major prison racial organizations is much bigger, much larger than drug profits and some stupid pair of shoes. And sorry to tell you, but the outlaw, or you, cannot undo your programming or undo your indoctrination with just one video. You, the viewers, are victims of low-intensity brainwashing for decades now, from celebrity snitch influencers, Fox 11 gang specials, plus movies and shows like American Me, Blood In, Blood Out, and History Channel's Gangland. The true history of California's prison's Big Four, pre-EME, and Nuestra Familia's 1972-1973 coups and formation of the BGF and Aryan Brotherhood is complex and intersects with riots, revolution, and even includes other political militant groups such as the Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, the Chicano Liberation Front, government secret illegal spy operations like the FBI's COINTEL spy program against both political and prison reform activists. Also secretive prison organizations you're not supposed to know ever existed, groups like the Venceremos, the Black Cultural Association, BCA, the Aryan Brotherhood Splinter Group, the Polar Bear Party, the prison-spawned Chicano Revolutionary Movement, CRM, and the precursor to the Big Four California prison gangs, the Symbionese Liberation Army, who was some phony prison staff-created revolutionary prison political gang like Terror Squad, run by high-level prison informants that terrorize California. All those topics and groups will be covered or touched on in the next series of videos from the Outlaw News. Now, YouTube Outlaws, don't forget to like, sub, and comment on today's content. The Outlaw is a small fringe alternative YouTube channel who champions against accepting some snitch influencers as gurus, mentors, or heroes, especially believing they're the only possible source for prison gang lore. The Outlaw isn't a monetized YouTube channel or ask you, our Outlaw Posse, for donations. We, the Outlaw, do ask, though, that you help spread the word about our little channel or support by simply hitting the like and sub buttons below or by leaving a comment on today's sklecha. Your support joining the Outlaw Posse makes the Outlaw's voice greater and much louder, so eventually one day the Outlaw's voice becomes so loud and heard by many, breaking the indoctrination over the public and forcing them, the celebrity and social media snitch influencer community, to no longer deny or hide the truth from us, raza, forcing them to reveal the secrets they have been hiding for over 50 years now, like the truth behind Joe Morgan's legendary label and status of Godfather. Now remember, YouTube Outlaws, the Outlaw doesn't promote and encourage physical or verbal confrontation with snitch influencers or condones criminal behavior by cheerleading for criminals, or believe most informants plus dropouts are pieces of shit altogether, because they are really victims of manipulation, torture, and even forced drug experimentation. The Outlaw drops sklecha so you, the viewers, break your snitch influencer indoctrination and begin to learn and understand how this chaos called GP versus SNY, actives versus dropouts, norteño versus sureño, or black versus brown came to be social engineered in order to racially and geographically divide the poor and working class citizens community, while indoctrinating their children, us, to see prison as some glamorous Ivy League rite of passage to manhood. Words are the sword of revolution, and your support is a mighty sharpening stone. The Outlaw, the YouTube renegade, is over and out. Y venceremos.
The prisons of California had become a target for revolutionary change as well. The New Left viewed the growing convict population as symptomatic of the country's deeper social ills.
We've got the militant blacks, the militant Nazis, the militant Chicanos. They're all here under one roof, and we are sitting on this lid like a tea kettle waiting for the steam to either come up or the lid to blow off.